All right, guys, welcome to our team call. It is Monday, October 22nd. Like, holy cow, we are just flying. And I am super excited for this call. I am going to start really quickly with some recognition, and then we'll get right into it. So I'm going to share my screen. So here we go. All right, so far this month we have changed 10 lives. I want to shout out Caitlin. Caitlin is one of our brand new coaches who just started this past month. She's already hit Emerald. She has hit Success Club for the month already. And she is just seriously like killing it. She is showing up on her social media. She's showing up in the group. I love seeing you and Allie, Caitlin, just holding each other accountable and doing your little Zoom calls in the morning. It's so fun to watch and see, and it really inspires me every day. So I just wanted to shout you out and congratulate you, and you are just doing awesome. Our other rising stars I wanted to just recognize is Shea, because I know Shea is really working hard. I see her on her stories, on her, social media. I know she's inviting. I know that she just wants to, change so many lives, and she's got a lot of fire. So I just know she's going to freaking kill it. And I just am just excited to see and watch her go. Jennifer, I know you as well have been just like working really hard in our new coach mentorship and really embracing everything and being just, learning and being really coachable. And I'm very excited for you. And Kayla is also just been killing it in our new coach training. And I'm just like, nothing excites me more, you guys, than to see people engaging and learning and being willing and wanting to grow, as just people, as leaders, as, nothing about this, is easy because it's new. I don't think any of us went to school for business or in marketing or whatever. So it's just really exciting, and it deserves to be recognized. So Success Club, so far this month, I have hit Success Club 6. So that means I've helped 3 people so far this month in my own business center. Caitlin has also helped 3 people, so she has hit Success Club. And then under my mother, who is, if you guys don't know, I control my mom's account and my husband's account. So when you see Kelly or Nate show up, that means it's basically me. So I have helped 2 people under my mom. So I call that my second controlled business center. And then Shannon has helped 2 people as well. So people 2 that's super close, 1 more life changed, and they will have hit Success Club. And then almost there, I know Leah's working really hard at pushing for Success Club 10, so helping 5 people. Alex as well, and Shea and Jen. So that is our recognition for this week. Just so you know, for those of you who are new to hit Success Club, is basically just our way of measuring, our impact, who we're helping, how many people we're helping. So to hit Success Club, you have to help 3 people get started with their health and fitness journey. The most common way to do that is with the way we've all gotten started. Most of us is with a challenge pack. And all of those things you can learn in our new coach mentorship. But just so you know, if you don't understand what I mean when I say Success Club, that's what I mean. So it's super exciting, and it is an amazing thing. So, all right, done with that. So I am going to get right into it, you guys. Can you guys see my screen? Yeah? Okay. All right. How do I get rid of that? Oh my God. I'm so challenged. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, you guys. So I don't know if I can zoom in on this. So the title of this call tonight is The Last 90 Days, which the last 90 days, if any of you know Rachel Hollis, it was kind of like her campaign for the last 3 months of the year. You know, basically, so many of us tend to go in the last, you know, quarter of the year, and we sort of fizzle out on our goals. Most of the time, this is the time the summer's over, people, you know, and this isn't just fitness related, it's just in general. We just kind of feel like we're going to ride out the holidays and we're going to make those New Year's resolutions, and we're just kind of going to wait for, you know, the next year. So the whole purpose of this is that, you know, we can start now. You know, there's never a better time to make a change, to, you know, go after your goals than right now. You don't have to be like everybody else. You don't have to just give up. You don't have to, you know, just kind of like let this year become a wash. All right. And imagine if you start right now where you could be in 3 months, where you could be in 6 months, where you could be in a year. So that's what the spirit of this call, what we created it for, and kind of the message that we kind of want to send. So get into it. I'm going to recap Super Saturday. So this past weekend, myself, Leah, and Alex actually met up in Albany at one of our local Super Saturday events. So Super Saturday is the quarterly coaching event. You don't have to just be a coach to attend it. You can be a challenger. You can be, you know, whatever, person off the street. Anybody can attend this. But it's honestly like, this is now my fourth time. This is my fourth Super Saturday. I started the year in January it was my first Super Saturday ever. I went by myself in Rochester. You know, I became a coach last June. Didn't know about Super Saturday. And then I didn't go in October because, again, I didn't know really anybody locally, and I didn't know what it was. So January, I finally kind of got clued in, and I went. And it was my first time, like, sitting back and feeling like, holy crap, wow, this is insane. All right. So this isn't just me. There's all these other people in the, you know, this community that like are involved with this. You know, I heard for the first time, I heard from corporate, and it's when I heard about 80-day obsession, and I heard all these stories and these success stories from these coaches that were, you know, really, really successful. And it was just like, kind of like, wow. Like, so it was like the first moment I realized like how much potential like this I truly had, you know, as a coach. So this time to go with, you know, Leah, and to go, you know, meet Alex for the first time, and to go to another event where, you know, we heard from the president of the company, and we heard even more amazing like success stories and, you know, transformations. And we, you know, got to hear about Summit next year, and all the amazing things to come in 2019. It just reminded me, and it just, you have to go. This is part of like my mission, is to make sure like each and every one of you will be at the January Super Saturday event. Wherever you are, they're located all over the country, in every state, multiple locations. You can Google like your closest location. It's just like, there's no way you can go to a Super Saturday event and not leave feeling immensely proud to be a part of this. So my first, you know, they talked a lot about Summit in 2019. So right now, you guys, there is a Summit sale going on for tickets for $145. That ends October 31st. If you didn't see my posts, they announced all that things that are going to be happening at Summit this coming year. It's in Indianapolis. Rachel Hollis was announced as the keynote speaker. So I actually want to share with you this quick little video. If you guys don't know, one of our, this past few months, one of the Success Club prizes, if you hit Success Club, was a video conference with Rachel. It was right after her book launched, and it was specifically like a live video conference with her, basically talking to us as coaches, you know, about like our ability to, you know, make an impact. And, you know, like, look at her message. If you read her, if you listen to her podcast, if you follow her at all, you know that she literally, like, she graduated with a high school diploma and built like this multi-million-dollar company off of, like, with her high school diploma and a Google search bar. Like, she is the epitome of like woman empowerment. And so it was just like an amazing, like, thing to hear from her one-on-one then, and like flash forward to now to know that she's going to be speaking to all of us at Summit is just insane. So I'm going to play this for you guys real quick.
So blessed to become part of the Beachbody community. I loved being part of the webinar with y'all and getting to know you each individually on social media, on Facebook and Instagram, and the chance to connect in real life with you and talk about some of my favorite things, dig into mindset. How do you self-motivate? How do you actually achieve a goal? Oh my gosh, you guys, we're gonna have so much fun. I cannot wait to see you in real life in Indianapolis. Let's do it.
You guys can't see that? Well, that sucks. Okay. Oh, here we go.
So blessed to become part of the Beachbody community. I loved being part of the webinar with y'all and getting to know you each individually on social media, on Facebook and Instagram, and the chance to connect in real life with you and talk about some of my favorite things, dig into mindset. How do you self-motivate? How do you actually achieve a goal? Oh my gosh, you guys, you're gonna have so much fun. I cannot wait to see you in real life in Indianapolis. Let's do it.
Okay, yeah. So that doesn't get you excited to go to Summit. I don't know what will. So just for that alone, like, if I didn't give two craps about this community, oh my God. Okay, if I didn't care at all about this community, I would go just to hear from her. But there's so much more to be said about Summit. I've never been to Summit. I can't actually speak to it. I got married this past June during Summit. Oh God, I can't even like describe to you like how, you know, much like FOMO I felt, even though I got married that weekend. I just want to be there so badly. I know that there's no way like you can go to Summit and not, again, leave there like just full of fire. So they announced a bunch of new product launches that are going to be coming. So you all know probably about Energize. They're going to be coming out with the new like Energize little pixie sticks. So you can easily dump it into your bottle. They're coming out with fruit punch flavor in February, I believe. You know, we've got Transform 20 coming out starting in December. The challenge packs will be available, and then it's the coach test group starts in January. So that's an amazing program. I'm super excited for that. The coach test group people are doing that right now. If you're following anybody like that, they're also going to be doing a relaunch of 21 Day Fix and 21 Day Fix Extreme with the new portion fix. She's doing like a whole new nutrition program, kind of like To Be Mindset, but she's going to do it based off of her system with even more recipes and things that are going to be available. So that's coming out. And then you've got a new program that they're going to announce at Summit, like a brand new super trainer program is going to be announced. And they've got a new vegan performance formula coming out, which I believe, and I think Leah agrees with me, it's going to be a vegan recover, which everyone and their mom has been asking for. So, you know, the chocolate recover, a lot of us can't drink it because it's whey based. So I know a lot of people have always been asking, like, can you please make a vegan one? And I believe that that's what it's going to be. So I'm super pumped about that. And I know they also are going to have all new sorts of like, basically trainings tailored specifically for coaches. So, you know, from new coaches to more experienced coaches, they're going to have new tracking systems and things, workshops in place to kind of help guide people based off where they're at in their business. And they're also going to be having a new couples workshop. So, you know, a lot of the things like I've talked about and shared about in my story is the fact that, you know, I was scared to talk to Nate about coaching in the beginning because of fear of his judgment, fear of just, you know, all sorts of things. And it wasn't until after I did open up to him that things started to get better. And now it's become more of a partnership. Like he knows what I'm doing. He knows my goals. He knows what's in it for him and things like that. So they're going to be doing a whole new workshop based off for couples. So wanting you to bring your spouse with you, letting them learn more about this company and the community and what the mission is and help them be more involved, which will then help you and let you be more of a partnership going forward, which I thought was really exciting. And like, if I could get Nate to come, like that would be amazing, but we will see. So the ultimate overall theme that I kind of just wanted to emphasize to you, and I can't possibly share all of it with you in this little call, but I just can't explain to you the energy and the insane feeling of community in the room at that event on Saturday. I mean, I know, like, I've teared up during one of the stories shared, and at one point they did this whole raise your hand in the room, like based off of like how much you know, how much weight you've lost, and it got up to like over 100 pounds. And this girl came up on stage and she had lost like 120 pounds or something, which just like gave me chills, because it's like, you know, it's definitely not all about the number and, you know, weight loss and things like that. So much more, which was another big message that, you know, was talked about. But like, just to know, like, this is so real. This is so real. So many people's lives are changed because of these programs, because of what we do. And like, that's why we're here, you know, like that's what we do. And so it just was like just an amazing feeling to just be surrounded by women that were so like-minded and that we're all there, you know, to better themselves and just wanting to pay it forward and just kind of like all the same mission. So definitely something to be super proud of and to put on your goal list. Okay. So the mission, you know, we had the guest speaker at Super Saturday was Ashley Dyson, who basically talked to us about her story. She was talked about specifically how at last year's Super Saturday event, she showed up as a diamond coach. And now this year she showed up as a 9-star diamond coach. She's elite. She was in the top 10 for the past few months. And, you know, she basically exploded her business over the last year. And it all started with a mindset shift. Okay, she sat at Diamond for, I think, 2 years, and then she showed up at, you know, after Super Saturday. It was just finally like clicked in her head, you know, what she needed to do. And what she needed to do was to share her story. So she shared this phrase, and I loved it. It was said, light up your 10-foot zone. Now, this is something like, you know, that all of us can do. And this has really been like the mindset shift that I have been trying to make myself over the last couple of months. You know, like, think about it, you guys. Like, all right, so what if this time next year you were living debt-free in your dream home and planning your next vacation? You know, just kind of like think about that. Like, where could you be a year from now? Like, what could your life look like, you know? And can you just commit right now that today you are going to be here a year from now? something like we talk about and something that comes up a lot in it, in our boot camps and in coaching is the fact that, things start to get hard and people take the fact that it gets hard as a sign that that means that they're meant to quit, that they're not good enough, that they can't do it, that they, like they meet resistance and it triggers our habit of fear to run away and hide. Okay, it triggers our habit to give up because we're taught, to avoid things that are hard, to avoid things that are uncomfortable, because that's how we grow up. A lot of us. That's, like we think about the fact that, where do a lot of our insecurities come from? They come from experiences that ended badly when we were a kid. But like I've talked about before, fear is a habit, you guys. Quitting is a habit. It's a habit that you can break. And the only way that you break it is by continuing to push forward and committing to being disciplined, committing to not quitting. Okay. So if you just like commit that a year from today, you are going to be here no matter how hard it gets, you are going to blow your mind. Okay. So you need to stop waiting for things to be perfect. All right. You're here. You already said yes. You already did this once. Okay. You stopped waiting for the right time and you just went for it. You said yes. Okay. So from here on out, like, why does that need to stop? It doesn't. Okay. Let this be the lesson. Let this be the shift in your life to change your life from here on out. All right. This is something that I think about all the time. Once you say yes, once you don't let fear win, it's hard to go backwards. It's almost harder to go backwards and to let, fear be in control, because you already know like how good it feels to overcome it. You already know how good it feels to do it, to just not think about the fear and just leap. And usually, once in the unfortunate thing or, the reality thing is that, okay, that's not the only leap you're going to need to take. All right. You take another leap. Well, you've got many more unknown steps ahead of you, but that doesn't make it any less, wrong. That is the beauty. That's the excitement. That's the incredible thing, because in order to achieve something you've never had, you need to do something you've never done. Okay. So that's, why it's a mindset shift. It's something that you just have to accept. You have to just acknowledge and not expect it to be easy, because you've never done this before. So how are you supposed to know how it's going to go? All right. So don't wait for things to be perfect. Don't expect it to be easy, and if you go into something, if you go into coaching, not expecting it to be a cakewalk, if you go into your fitness journey not expecting it to be a cakewalk, you're going to be so much better off, because you're going to already have the mindset that you need in order to be disciplined to just keep going. All right. So I want you to think about if any of you already, have coaches that you follow, or maybe it's just a person in general that you look up to and you admire. Like, what are the 5 attributes that they have that you admire most about them? Okay. For me, when I think about the coaches that I look up to, the people that I want to emulate, they're fearless. They're fearlessly like themselves. They're like transparent with who they are and their failures and their, just they just aren't afraid to just be. And that's something that really speaks to me, because, that's been my whole life, like of just being afraid to really truly be myself, because I'm afraid of people not accepting me. I'm afraid of rejection. I'm afraid of like, just, it just comes down to being afraid of being rejected, which I think is a very normal human nature thing for us to feel. But I don't like feeling that way. And I also know that if you give people that, it's the only reason that you'll feel that way is if you give people the power to feel that way, okay? Or to make you feel that way. So they're fearless, you know, they're transparent, they're humble, they are, you know, really great leaders, and they're inspiring. Like, these are the things, the attributes that I want to emulate. So I do my best to be those things, you know. I lean into those things that I am not, okay? So one of the things that I've really had to lean into this past year is the fact that, okay, if I want these things, if I want this success, if I want to make this kind of impact, if I want, you know, to lead, you know, if I want to make the income that I want to make and be able to be at home and travel and like earn that, you know, 6-figure income and be able to leave nursing, or, you know, do whatever I want to do with my life, then I need to lean into being a leader. I need to lean into, you know, teaching people how to, you know, overcome their own fears and how to become leaders. Like, so I've had to dig into my personal development, my professional development of learning how to be a leader. You know, I've had to learn more about how, you know, I've had to become more vulnerable with sharing my story, you know, and sharing it over and over, little bits and pieces, newer bits and pieces over and over with in my posts and things like that, helping people get to know me, so people can see themselves within my story. These are the things that I've had to lean into, not resist. I've had to lean into them. So it's the same thing for you guys. When we meet the resistance, you know, when we meet those roadblocks, it's not a sign to turn around. It's a sign to lean in. It's a sign to that, okay, Amy or whoever, like, this is your blind spot. This is a blind spot that you need to shine light on it, and you need to grow and learn in that area, okay? Because that's how you're going to become a stronger person. That's how you're going to become better. That's how the next time that you come across a roadblock or a blind spot, you're going to have, you know, already learned that much more, and you're going to be that less afraid and less resistant to lean into the next thing, okay? And like, over time, you're putting little pebbles, you know, you're building on your foundation. A pebble in your pile every day is what they say, you know, like, you are building your foundation into the person that you're going to look back and be like, holy crap, look how far I've come. All right, that's what I mean. Be here in a year from now. If you can just commit to every day showing up and for the next year, like, imagine what you're going to have at the end of the year, okay? So talking about, you know, vision casting, she showed up as a diamond coach a year before. And the next year she shows up as a 9-star diamond. So I don't talk about this a lot. And, you know, maybe it's because I'm afraid to scare people about, you know, the potentials of coaching and things like that. That's on me, because the fact is that there's nothing better than coaching, because coaching is literally like, you are getting your income, and whatever you do is directly related to the impact that you're making on people's lives. You know, all we are doing as coaches is literally focusing on becoming our best selves and trying to inspire others to do that for themselves. Okay. So when I, you know, I used to think that hitting diamond was like, you know, and this is something Ashley touched on. She thought that hitting diamond was like the end game, when really it's only the beginning. Okay. And that comes from, you know, just like not really digging into it and like learning and understanding like the potential and, you know, how the business works. But also it just comes from just lack of knowledge. So I wanted to go over, like, you know, hitting diamond is, we say that hitting emerald is like unlocking your business, but hitting diamond is like the start of your team. It's the start of your vision. You know, it's when you really start that building process. Diamond is like your foundation. Okay. So emerald is like the brick. but diamond is like the foundation. Okay. So it's when you're able to really start dreaming and you're really able to start, you know, setting those goals for yourself and your team. And it's not just you anymore. It's you and others. All right. So you and others that share that dream, that vision, wanting to make an impact. That's where, you know, the energy is created. And that's where you really start to have like that atmosphere, that, you know, that energy. So it's the duplication process. So that from that point on, you're like I said, you're trying to just help people. You're trying to duplicate. You're trying to like pay it forward to as many people as you can and share your vision. So the next thing that, you know, it's not just diamond. You're hitting 2-star is really where the magic happens. Okay. So hitting 2-star, you're able to open up your second business center. So it's basically you're opening up another you. All right. So we talk about with the people that you see, and you see that they're paying off their, you know, their student loans, or they're, you know, able to pay off all these things, or they're, you know, leaving their full-time jobs. They are 2-star or higher. Okay. They have hit their, you know, 2-star. They've opened up their second business center, and they have basically taken control of another one of them. And that essentially has doubled their income. All right. So those are the people that you see that talk about 6-figure earnings. Like that's where the rank that they've reached. All right. That's the level that they're at. And on top of, you know, that you're able to you're eligible to become a premier coach. So basically to be a premier coach, it means that you've not only reached 2-star, but you've helped two other people reach diamond rank. Okay. Which is just like, it's just like the first really big recognition as a leader that you can earn. All right. So you get recognized at Summit, you get called up on stage, you get, you know, there's tons of like perks and things to being premier. Like you, when it comes to Success Club trip, you get, you know, able to sign up first. Like there's things that you get to sign up first for. You get bonuses and things like that. But it's honestly just like a badge of honor to recognize you, that you are a leader. You are a business builder, business leader. You are the CEO of your business. And you're not only that, but you are teaching others and helping others become the CEOs of their own business. And you also get invited to the new leadership conference in California. So the closing date for that, or to qualify for that, is November 22nd, and that is in February, I believe. So you get to go and tour corporate offices. You're in trainings. You get to meet and network with other coaches at your level. So other 2-star diamond coaches and above. And it really is just like that first really big experience for you to realize that how much more is out there in this company, and just like, and again, like the impact that you can make. And from there, the next big jump would be to 5-star. So 5-star, you get invited to the leadership conference. So the leadership conference is probably what a lot of you probably have seen of women that were in Vegas this past month. You know, so you get invited to there, and it's like this 3-day, 4-day long. Again, it's trainings. And at Premier and at the new leadership and that leadership conference, you're learning about, like, you're getting the best of the very, very best. Okay. You are learning what's coming down the line before anybody else does. All right. You are getting like the best trainings and insight from other leaders in the company. You know, basically it's so much value. Plus it's just a way that the company is just going to pour into you and recognize you. And, you know, you're eligible for the elite party. There's all sorts of things. I have hardly even been able to like absorb all of it. I was trying to research a bunch of the things earlier. But you get invited to the elite receptions. The Success Club trips, like I said, you are the first ones to be able to register and book and pick your rooms. So this coming, I know they were the first to register for the cruise this coming year. It's going to the Bahamas, so they were able to pick their room. So obviously get the best like view and all that stuff. And you're eligible for the Elite 10 adventure. So the top 10 elite coaches of the year get to go on this Elite 10 trip. This past year, they went to Italy, like all over like the Mediterranean. And like last year, they went Greece and like somewhere all over there. Just insane. So just something like to say, like, don't count yourself. Like, I'm talking about all these things, and yes, it sounds extravagant. It sounds like so far from you, but like, you guys dream big, okay? Dream big because, like, one, it's possible. Two, like, you need to dream big. Dreaming big gives you something to hustle for, and like, even like having goals to shoot for. Like, if you're not working for something, then you're not growing. So like for me, I had all these goals on my vision board, and yes, there's some that I still haven't hit, but you know what? I've hit like 3/4 plus of them. Okay. If I hadn't set these goals on my vision board, you know, like I wouldn't have something to focus on. I wouldn't have something like every day to work towards. Okay. That's again why I have written down every day. I read the vision that I have for my life, where I want to be. All right. Because it keeps my subconscious focused on what I really want. All right. So every day my actions are coming out of the fact that I'm working towards something. Okay. So know that it's possible. Know that like if you decide, if you want to, like all of this is within your grasp if you're willing to work for it. Okay. So where do we go from here? So you need to take action today. Not tomorrow, not next month. You need to decide today, like what you want. Think about where you could be in a year from now. Think about your vision. Think about what you want for your life, okay? Decide and commit today that you're going to be here, you know, that you're not going to quit when the going gets tough, all right? Cast your vision, write it down in your notebook, okay? That's what I do every day in my journal here. I read my vision for my life, all right? Where I want to be, you know, exactly in detail, like what I want. You know, I want to be debt-free. I want to help other women to be debt-free. I want to be a 15-star diamond coach. I want to be living in my dream house with donkeys and chickens and cows. Like I want 2 kids and with, you know, I want my husband to be proud of me and all these things. Like I write down in detail what I want my vision in my life to be. And I read it every day. Okay. Register for freaking summit. Okay. If anything, like do this, it's going to help solidify, like, you know, the fact that you are going to be here. You know, I want you all to experience what we experienced this past weekend. You know, I don't want it. This sounds so selfish, but I don't want it to just be 3 people. Like, you know, at a Super Saturday. I want a whole freaking tribe of women, okay? Like, I want us to show up together and have the experience of our lives at Summit. That's what I want, okay? I want to rent a freaking Airbnb, and I want to have the best weekend ever, all right, of learning and growing experiences together. This will be my first Summit. And Rachel freaking Hollis is going to be there, okay? Like, I want this not just for me, because I want this for everybody, because I'm so sick of people to not feel this. I'm sick of people not knowing it and feeling this for themselves. I want you to feel it too. Okay. But you have to commit to being there. All right. Like, buy your ticket. It's $145. We literally have been looking at Airbnbs today. We will be booking those shortly because we don't want to run out and miss like the best one or whatever. We're trying to figure out our lodging like ASAP. And just do it. Go for it. Okay. Take control over your future right now. All right. And I can guarantee you when it comes to your fitness and your well-being and your happiness, all of this goes hand in hand. All right. There is no way like that by, through coaching. It's like, I tell people all the time, like you really want to hold yourself accountable. You really want to be motivated in your fitness journey, be a coach. All right. Because every day it's your job to focus on you. Every day it's your job to take care of yourself, to, make sure like you do something for you every day. You pour into your personal development. You make time for your workouts. You focus on your nutrition. Does that mean you're perfect? Hell freaking no. I'm drinking a beer here, okay? You're not perfect, but you are consistent, you're disciplined, and you are holding yourself accountable to you and your goals, all right? It's not just you anymore. You're doing it not just for your why, your personal why, but you're doing it for all the women and people in your life that look up to you now, okay? So you're setting the example. So where we go from here is up to you. And Leah is going to break it down into actionable steps of what you can do from this moment on to make sure that a year from now, that vision that you cast today comes true, okay? So I want to end my portion of this, telling you that I want us to be an elite team. I want us to be a team full of badass women that are just literally showing other women that they can do this no matter what. We all work full time. Most of us are nurses. Like, if there's anything worth fighting for, it is people taking care of themselves holistically and being like the happiest, healthiest version of themselves, because we all know what we see in the hospital every day. And we all know that the only way to stop that starts with the individuals out on the street. Okay. And so we are the ones that are impacting that. Okay. So that's all I'll say, and I'll pass it off to Leah. Told you I would go long because I'm a gabber, but all right, I'm going to mute myself.
Okay. I'm going to try and keep this nice and short just so we're not going over time. But Amy, you are the bomb and you are an incredible leader. And we are all so blessed to be on your team. So thank you for that. Super Saturday got me like super freaking pumped. I went home and I put these goals into actions, and I signed up 2 people yesterday. I signed up a coach and I signed up a challenger. So like, if I can do that, like any one of you guys can do that if you set your mind to it. And I'm going to tell you how to do it. All right. So let me just share my screen with y'all. Okay. All right. So how do we get there? I'm going to break this down into simple steps. And we're going to do it, and we're going to crush it, and we're going to be elite. Sound good? All right. So this quote was from Ashley Feldeisen's talk, and I loved it. So I wanted to bring it back to all of you guys. Are you the example of what you want to duplicate into your team? And for the longest time, like, I wasn't doing that. I wanted to, I've always wanted to grow a team, but I wasn't doing the behaviors that, I wanted to duplicate. So, I made a decision when I got home on Saturday that I was going to set my intentions to be the example of what I want to duplicate on my team. And I want you guys all to think about that, because we are all here for a reason. We are all here because, we want something more. Like, we all have goals. We all have visions. Maybe it's financial freedom. Maybe you want to stay home with your kids. Maybe you just like need something to feel a part of. Maybe you need a community to feel like, a part of, which, I want all of those things. But the only way to get that is if I am the example of what I want to duplicate for all of my coaches. So I just want you guys to think about that. All right. So the first thing that, you have to have, and I know for a fact that each and every one of you has this because you are here right now on this call, is passion. So, something that really, really like spoke to me at the talk on Saturday was Ashley talking about, you have to pour so deeply into your cup that it overflows and you start filling other people's cups and you start like spreading this wealth and this positivity of what this community has to offer. Like Amy said, like you have to light up your 10-foot zone, because if you don't, you're not going to grow your team. Something that I honestly can't even think of a single job besides this one that allows you to put yourself first and allows you to show up for yourself every single day. And that is the purpose of this job. I wish that I could explain to all of you guys where I was at the beginning of this year. In the shortest amount of time possible, legitimately, like the Saturday night before I started my fitness journey, I was legitimately like sitting on my couch crying to my boyfriend saying, I hate myself. And now I am at a point where I've never been happier with myself. And it is because of the tools that I have gotten from this community. And that's what gives me my passion. That's what gives me the passion to fill my cup so much that I'm going to start filling everybody else's. And I'm going to give this gift to people. And that's what drives me in my business. That's what made me wake my ass up at 4:15 this morning and do work. And that's what, I got home, I walked in the door at 7:50, I kissed Zach, I heated up my food, and I immediately got on this call because I have so much passion. I have it's been relit this weekend. So I want you guys to light up your 10-foot zones. Remember why you started this in the first place. I know some of you guys might be new, but there's a reason why you started. And I want you guys to think about that and write it down every single day. Doesn't have to be the whole entire story. Just write a piece of it down, because eventually it'll add up to your whole story. And if you read it, Amy reads her affirmations every single morning. If you read that every single day, you will have no reason to quit at all. So, okay. The last thing before I move on to the next one, this is something that I know that I have struggled with my entire life, and I guarantee that all of you guys have struggled with, and that is being unapologetically you. Because each of us has a story to tell. Even if we think that our story is insignificant, it is not, I promise you. You have to be you. You have to be unapologetically you. I've always been a people pleaser my entire life. I've always done what others have wanted me to do. I've always, poured into people's cups before mine, and I have struggled being myself just in my entire life, because sometimes I learned this in this leadership orientation that I was in for work last week. Your job is to not make everybody happy. Your job is to be unapologetically you, no matter what. And if you struggle with this, pour into personal development, because that'll relight your fire, and that will give you that, it'll bring that passion back. So, all right, the next thing is intention. So, all right, if any single one of you guys has ever written on your to-do list to send out invites, and you have not sent out an invite that day, I want you guys to put it in the chat, and I will be right there behind you, because I cannot tell you how many times I have put it on my to-do list to invite and I didn't do it. And I will not do that anymore. I refuse. I am setting the intention right now to invite, because that is that is this business. This business is inviting people to this incredible opportunity. So you have to set your intentions to not only show up every single day for other people, but you have to show up for yourself, because if you don't show up for yourself, you're not going to be able to grow a successful business. Like I said before, that is the purpose. Sorry, my dog likes to come into every single video that I ever do, so just don't mind her. you know, like if you don't show up for yourself every single day, I'm sorry, but you're not going to have a successful business. Like, end of story. Like, yes, this might be like tough love, but it's just not going to be successful. So I don't really know what to tell you. So you have to show up for yourself every single day, because when you show up, other people are going to start showing up as well. And, you know, you have to set your intentions daily, no matter what. If you say that you're going to invite, freaking invite. If you say that you're going to work out, freaking work out. Like, it's so simple, but like we have to remember to take care of ourselves, because like without ourselves, like I'm sorry, like there's no life. Like we were not living. So you have to set your intention and like use your resources. Guys, we have Google, we have YouTube, we have our upline. Like you have so many freaking resources to use. If you struggle with inviting, ask your upline for help. I cannot tell you how many resources there are out there to help you guys with inviting. Yes, every single time I send an invite, I still get this like pit in my stomach that, oh my God, like what if she doesn't answer, or what if she says no? Well, like all of the people that are in my boot camps and all of the people that are on my team, like I had that same exact pit in my stomach when I sent the invite to you. And guess what? You are now changing your life. So I don't want to hear it anymore that you guys are scared to invite, because if you don't invite, you're not going to have a successful business. Like, so you have to set your intention to invite. Sorry, I have notes on my phone, so I'm like multitasking right now. All right. So the next step is to have grit. So this business is hard. It is not easy. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not something that comes easy to people. All of those top coaches that you guys follow, they have worked their asses off. They are, you know, they all have full-time jobs. You know, they all, not all of them, but a lot of them have kids. A lot of them have animals. A lot of them are married. Some of them went through divorces. Some of them sold their house and bought a new one. Some, you know, people had family members die. People lost their jobs and changed jobs. And like, you know, I work 2 jobs. I work 50 hours a week I work as an assistant nurse manager. I'm also a clinical instructor, and I have 2 dogs. I have a family that I need to see. I have friends. I have a life. Like, I'm busy, but I still put the work into my business every single day, because I know that that's what it takes to grow a team and to make my vision a reality. So I also want you guys, and I got this from Ashley, this is not my own, so I'm not going to like take credit for it. But by the way, she's the only coach that I actually follow now. You know, obviously our team, but I don't know why, like her story resonates so much with me. Like her and I have so much in common in our lives, and, you know, she's just amazing. So I want you guys to all write this down. Put it somewhere that you are going to read it and see it, so you will not forget it. I will be here in a year from now, no matter how hard the hustle. And I know that Amy already talked about this being here a year from now, but I swear to God, like this business legitimately changes people's lives. It has changed my life more than anything has changed my life since like I can remember. And I'm not the type of person just to say things just for the hell of saying it. Like I only say things that I mean. And, you know, I truly mean that. Like this business saved my life. This community saved my life. So I will put the hard work in that I need to build something of it. And I want to just kind of go a little bit off topic. So Saturday night when we got home from Super Saturday, I went out to dinner with my boyfriend, and, you know, I was talking with Amy in the car about how, like, you know, I needed to be more open with Zach and I needed to communicate with him more. So I just straight out told him, like, you know, babe, I want to make this business something big. Like, I want to be a top coach. Like, I need to do this. And you know, we talked so much about it. And, you know, he said, well, you know what you have to do to get there. So just do it. Like, it's so simple. Like, it's just the most simplest thing ever. But like, really though, like we all know what we have to do to get there. You just have to do it. And it takes grit and it takes hard work. So that's my soapbox on grit. The last thing is vision. So, Amy talked about this a lot, so I'm really not going to get too involved in vision, but, I know that Amy has an incredible vision for this team. I have an incredible vision for my team and where I want to take it. Like, I want to be up there someday at Summit speaking on stage. Like, I want to be a top 10 coach. Like, I want to be a 15-star diamond coach. I want to be debt free. And it's not even I want, like, I need these things. And, I was also talking with my boyfriend about how I feel like so many of us, like, we limit ourselves. We limit ourselves with our visions. We limit ourselves with our goals, and we don't give ourselves a chance to dream. And I don't want to be one of those people. I don't want to be one of those people that wakes up every single morning, drinks a cup of coffee, walks into work, gives some meds, wipe some poop, and then come home. Like, I don't want that to be my life. Like, yes, I love being a nurse. Like, there are so many incredible things about nursing, that I love and that I do every single day. And, I'm not saying that I want to quit nursing altogether, but like, I truly believe that like my calling is this business, and, the fact that I have support from people, and, I know my vision, I know my dreams, and I know where I want to go. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get there. Because that's just how I am as a person. And I'm going to say it again, like, what you have to do to get there. You just have to do it. So I just wanted to end with this quote. I will be here a year from now, no matter how hard the hustle. And I'm also going to put in the chat right now, like I said I have had days where I haven't invited, even though I wrote it down. Because I'm not perfect. We're not perfect coaches, but we're constantly learning. And, like, I just want to just say it again, like, your stories matter. You may think that you're annoying people. Like, I thought for the longest time, like, I don't want to post this. Like, I'm kind of like annoying people. But like, even if it's just that, excuse me, even if one person like sees themselves in your story, that matters. Like, every single person's story matters so much. And, I just want you guys to remember that, like, when you post on Instagram tomorrow, like, just remember that your story matters. Your story means something. And I guarantee at least one person that presses that like button or watches your stories is going to see themselves in your story. And that could be your next coach, and that could be your next challenger. So just don't forget that when you're posting. Even if you have like 2 people that like your picture, or 2 people that make it to the end of your, 100 stories that you do for that day, like, those 2 people, like, they care. And like, if they're watching your stories until the very end, and if they're still following you, like, yes, like, they might not say yes right away. They might not say yes 3 months from now. It took me a year to say yes to Amy, a freaking year, because I couldn't get out of my own head. And now, like, I'm getting my hair done tomorrow with my coaching money. Like, I paid for a set of tires with my coaching money. Insert disclaimer. But like, I mean, I don't even, like, I can't even put that into words, like, how incredible that is. And I have met incredible people through this opportunity. And like, I can't even describe like the feeling of being in that room on Saturday at Super Saturday, just like the feeling of community and the feeling of just like family. And I shed a lot of tears on Saturday. I didn't want anybody to see, but like, just the stories are absolutely just incredible. Like, what this community has done for people is just like beyond words. So just remember that every single time you're sending an invite, what this community has done for you, because it's going to help somebody. So with that being said, I am done. Sorry, I get real fired up, but I'm going to turn it back over to Amy so she can finish it up.
Oh God, that was incredible. Thank you, Leah. All right, I'm not going to keep you guys, but I just want to say thank you all for, taking this time, for investing in you, for being here and listening. And I'm so very excited for where we go from here. And I hope that you learned some things. I hope you have, felt inspired. I hope that you will truly take what we have shared with you, and I hope that you will apply it. I hope you will take action. And I can't wait to see what you do. All right. I want you all to know, whatever it is you decide, know that either one of us, please reach out to us. Let us know what your vision is, what your goals are. All right. Some of you I'm in touch with already. For those of you who maybe are going to get off this call and you want to go, all right, you're ready to just take this on. You're ready to, whatever your vision is that you've got going on in your head, you're ready to go for it. I hope that you will reach out to me and we will, come up with a game plan from here on out. But just know that you have everything inside of you right at this very moment to make any of your dreams happen. Just shut down the mean girl once and for all. Shut down the self-limiting beliefs. Literally, like any person in the world that you look up to, that you see as successful, started off right where we are at right now, or less. Okay? So, again, all right. Thank you. All right. I hope you guys have a good night. Thank you so much for listening and staying on. All right. I love you guys. Bye.